And today I wanted to show you how the versatile sleep hormone melatonin combats pathogenic gut bacteria as a natural antibiotic. Pathogenic bacteria are strongly dependent on iron for growth and proliferation. And melatonin is already well known for binding with metals in the gut, including iron, zinc, and copper. Melatonin can easily penetrate all biological barriers, including the cell wall of bacteria, and once inside, melatonin then binds to free iron in the cytoplasm, or the liquid interior of the cell. So, in this way, melatonin directly restricts bacterial growth. As just one example, Pseudomonas aeruginosa is one of the main opportunistic pathogenic bacteria found in hospitals, and this often results in post-operation infections and even sepsis. Pseudomonas aeruginosa is well known for being highly resistant to conventional antibiotics. Acinetobacter baumannii is another antibiotic-resistant bacteria contracted in hospitals, and it can lead to both pneumonia and meningitis. High-dose melatonin suppresses the growth of both Pseudomonas aeruginosa and Acinetobacter baumannii and is overall a very viable option for those at risk for hospital-borne infections. Melatonin can also restrict the bacterial membrane's absorption of the polyunsaturated omega-6 linoleic acid, which both pathogenic bacteria and cancerous tumors use for cell proliferation. So in this way, melatonin can directly impair necessary bacterial growth factors. Melatonin can also inhibit the growth of Staphylococcus aureus, which is the cause of many serious infections, while also reducing both the inflammation and immune activation that this problematic bacterium provokes. Helicobacter pylori, or H. pylori, is well known as the primary microbe behind conditions like gastritis, gastrointestinal hemorrhage, and even gastric lymphoma. An overgrowth of H. pylori inhibits the action of enzymes in the gastric mucosa that would ordinarily produce melatonin, so here is a clear example of where supplemental melatonin can be helpful because regular use of melatonin can sharply reduce H. pylori. Chronic insomniacs and/or people who regularly immerse themselves in blue light, which blocks melatonin production, often have far more candida and pathogenic bacteria than those who regularly get adequate sleep. The defensive effects of melatonin are dose-dependent, meaning that it definitely depends on the amount of melatonin that you take. And to combat any kind of pathogenic infection, you're likely going to need a very large dose and/or take a more moderate melatonin dose, like 1 to 5 milligrams, several times each day. And this might actually be more beneficial because a smaller dose like this, taken regularly, will also continuously reduce pro-inflammatory cytokines like tumor necrosis factor alpha and interleukin-6, while increasing anti-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-10. It would also be beneficial to take several of the cofactors that contribute to natural melatonin production, like B vitamins, magnesium, and the amino acid tryptophan, along with some supplemental zinc, copper, and iron, as regular use of supplemental melatonin can lead to a deficiency of these minerals. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Carter, and I'll see you next time on ENZYMENTAL. Stay healthy.